Introduction. The North Atlantic Treaty Organization, NATO, has long been a key player in global security. Its mission is to defend and protect the freedom and security of its member nations. In recent years, NATO has expanded its focus beyond the traditional threats of the Cold War era to include cyber attacks, terrorism, and the hybrid warfare tactics of its adversaries. As NATO has adapted to these new security challenges, it has also had to recalibrate its strategy towards countries located on the eastern flank of Europe. Moldova is a particular focus of NATO's attention due to its proximity to Russia and its vulnerability to Russian interference. This article will explore NATO's support for Moldova as a counter to Russian influence in the region. The Moldova-Russia relationship. Moldova is a small landlocked country in Eastern Europe with a population of around 3.5 million people. It shares a border with Ukraine, Romania, and the breakaway region of Transnistria, which is controlled by pro-Russian separatists. The Moldovan economy is heavily reliant on agriculture, with wine being its largest export. Despite its modest size and economic power, Moldova has been a battleground for Russian and Western interests. Russia has historically been Moldova's primary trading partner and has used its economic leverage to influence Moldovan politics. This influence has been seen as a way of keeping the country within Russia's sphere of influence and countering Western interests in the region. One example of this was seen in 2013 when Russia banned the import of Moldovan wine ostensibly due to sanitary concerns. This move was widely seen as a political ploy to pressure Moldova into joining Russia's Eurasian Economic Union rather than the European Union (EU). The EU has responded to Russian influence in Moldova by offering support for democratic reforms and by signing an association agreement with Moldova in 2014. This deal deepened Moldova's integration with the EU and was intended to improve democratic institutions, human rights, and the rule of law. However, the agreement was met with resistance from pro-Russian political factions in Moldova who saw it as a move towards Western integration and away from Russia. NATO's involvement in Moldova. NATO's involvement in Moldova has been focused on providing support for Moldova's military and civil society. The alliance has provided training for the Moldovan military and has supported reforms aimed at improving accountability and transparency within the country's security sector. NATO has also provided assistance to Moldova in countering hybrid threats such as cyber attacks and disinformation campaigns aimed at influencing Moldovan politics. One example of NATO's involvement in Moldova was the establishment of a NATO liaison office in Chișinău, Moldova's capital. This office serves as a platform for dialogue between NATO and Moldova, and is intended to promote cooperation on issues of mutual concern such as energy security, counterterrorism, and regional stability. The liaison office also helps to support NATO's efforts to promote democratic reforms in Moldova. NATO has also been active in promoting greater economic integration between Moldova and its neighbors, including Romania and Ukraine. Impact of NATO's involvement. NATO's involvement in Moldova has had a positive impact on the country's development. Moldova has made significant progress in reforming its security sector, and the country has seen improvements in its human rights record and rule of law. NATO's support for democratic institutions has also helped to promote greater political stability in Moldova, which has been crucial in countering Russian influence. NATO's involvement in Moldova has also helped to counter Russian propaganda and disinformation campaigns aimed at influencing Moldovan politics. The alliance has provided expertise and resources to help Moldova develop its own capabilities for countering these types of hybrid threats. This has been particularly important given Russia's assertiveness in the region and its use of disinformation as a key tool in its hybrid warfare tactics. However, NATO's involvement in Moldova has also been met with some resistance from pro-Russian politicians and activists. Some in Moldova view NATO's presence as a threat to the country's sovereignty and see the alliance as an extension of Western influence in the region. These views have been fueled by Russia's propaganda campaigns, which have sought to sow division and undermine the credibility of NATO's efforts in Moldova. Conclusion. In conclusion, NATO's support for Moldova has been crucial in countering Russian influence in the region. The alliance's involvement in Moldova has helped to promote democratic reforms, improve security sector governance, and counter the spread of Russian propaganda. Despite some opposition from pro-Russian factions in Moldova, NATO's efforts have had a positive impact on the country's development and stability. As Moldova continues to navigate its position in the region, NATO's support will continue to be important in countering external threats and promoting a more stable and secure future for the country.